Hello and welcome to another MCO market update on Bitcoin. Bitcoin chart seems to be recovering a little bit. We have a reaction to the support zone I communicated in the last video. Yesterday, Bitcoin broke below upper micro support. You might remember that, but that was only, as you know, if you followed the last video, the micro support that told us that possibly this B wave pullback had started or the next move down, and that we don't get one more high in this move up from the 9th of April low, because it could have formed 5 waves up, got stuck after 3 waves, which is not clearly bullish. But still, we can consider that a completed wave 4 in the yellow scenario, which would lead to a wave 5 down, but the move down is not impulsive, which is not a surprise, given that also the third wave was an ABC structure. So in the short-term bearish count, also the wave 5 would be an ABC structure. But do I have high confidence that this is going to play out? No, because the decline was in 3 waves. So had this been a 5-wave move down, like in a 5-wave A wave, it would be more clearly bearish. It is a 3-wave move down. Therefore, it keeps the door open for higher, potentially for a rally into the mid-90K region, especially as long as the last swing low is holding. It does look like the bulls try to rally higher. And that seems more and more probable. Also, if we follow the NASDAQ, which I do from time to time, I provide updates in our gold membership from time to time about the NASDAQ as well, then we'll see that the move to the downside yesterday was also just a 3-wave move down, and I highlighted it yesterday to our members that based on that, we could see a recovery rally here on the Bitcoin chart as well. At least I give you the context. Now, they don't always correlate, but it provides helpful context. Like yesterday, late yesterday, provided this update. NASDAQ, although the decline was sharp, the decline appears clearly corrective in 3 waves, rather than 5. As long as support holds, my primary view is that yesterday's low likely marked a local bottom, and we're now in the early phase of a recovery. And that's what we see on the NASDAQ chart. Support zone, same structure like Bitcoin, 3 waves up, 3 waves down, allows for another bounce. Okay, so that's the pathway I'm following for the NASDAQ. Of course, it could test support again, but these are sort of the updates that give you valuable context. And I will look at the NASDAQ today again probably as well, just to give you the context needed to, in these difficult times to try to understand what the market is doing. Because on the smaller time frame, what we don't have a 5-wave move up yet. So that's the problem, that's the key problem. But a larger corrective rally can unfold. And I will remind you that we're not necessarily expecting 5 waves up. We don't need 5 waves up on the Bitcoin chart for it to go to all-time highs. That's based on the context. The idea is that the August 2024 low marked a substantial low, and the 5th wave to the upside in the white scenario is an ending diagonal, in which, for example, the 3rd wave was an ABC structure. So also the 5th wave would be an ABC structure, and the A wave itself can be a 3-wave move. So we're dealing only with corrective movements. So it's going to be difficult to determine whether it is the B wave in red, ABC, or whether it's the white count, which would just form a larger A, B, C. Now, if we get 5 waves up, then we have then we have some clarity. But we might not see 5 waves up. That's the problem. So I'm not so worried about whether it's the red scenario, which is more bearish, or the white scenario, which is more bullish and can take us to 130K. The main focus at the moment is on whether we have a local low in place here where the price potentially bottomed at the 50% Fibonacci retracement at 75,340 in our support zone. The context hasn't changed for many, many weeks. The price is still in a support zone for a wave 4 where a low should be made. The fact that we made a marginally lower low below the March low is irrelevant because we're basically back above that low anyway. And there's only a marginally lower low. And it has not changed the context at all. So still watching, and the boxes should be clear, are still watching here for a reversal. Now we're using the smaller time frame to determine when that's happening. And the market always has a chance to turn around in these boxes as well. So this is another attempt, but we need a break above the green signal line at 83,800 to confirm that further. So far, I only have 3 waves up. So I've got a wave 1, I've got a wave 2, I've got a wave 3, I've got a wave 4, and a wave 5. So if I see 5 waves up, above resistance, then this would potentially be, I mean, maybe our wave 1 of C. Yeah, that's what I need to see next, because that would also invalidate the yellow count as it is, which would be A, B, C. Okay, so that's not looking too bad. I'll keep you updated. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.